Okay, great. Welcome, Jackie. This is our first episode of Deepening Our Own Nature Relation, and I'm very honored. I feel very honored to interview you today. So, why don't we start by you telling us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, thank you, Manuela. I am very happy to be here. So my name is Jackie Kwang. I am a certified nature and forest therapy guide with ANFT. That is Association of Nature and Forest Therapy Guides and Programs. I'm also a mentor and a trainer with the company. I love my work. Right now, I live in Prescott with my husband, my son, and my cat, and a lot of plant life as well. And this is a special place. It's in the southwest of the United States. And the original people that were here, they are the Hopi, the Navajo, as well as the Yavapai people. And Yavapai actually means the people of the sun. So yeah, we have a lot of sunny weather here.
Thank you so much for sharing, Jackie, and welcome again. So, I know as a forest therapy guide, part of the walks that we do always end with a tea ceremony. So, since we have people from all over the world watching this video, maybe you want to share something about a tea plant from your region.
Yes, I would love to. I actually have a new favorite tea plant right now. They are blooming everywhere. I can find it in the yard or in the parks, and it's the wonderful dandelion. You know, those plants with yellow flowers? I actually picked some from my garden, in my yard, that is. These are wild. People treat them like weeds, but they are wonderful as salads, very nutrient dense. My first knowledge of this was when I was a kid. When I had a bad cold, my grandma made a really bitter soup, maybe with a lot of dandelions, and I had to hold my nose to drink the soup, but it was very effective, you know. So what it does is it boosts up our immune system. It's a really great spring tonic to help us detox our bloodstream. So the way you make a tea is you can do it with the leaves as well as the flowers, and just, you know, stuff a bunch into a mason jar or a teapot, pour hot water in it, and in 5 minutes you have a delicious, nutritious tea that help us to boost our immunity.
Wow, I'd love to taste that tea someday. I really would love that.
Your wish is my command, Manuela.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, Jackie. So I'm wondering, how have you handled your nature relation during this time of lockdown? You know, like we always talk about how we relate to nature and how we deepen that relation to nature. So maybe you want to share some tips on how you do that during these times?
Yes, for sure. Nature is everywhere. We are nature as well. And it's our natural instinct to want to connect. So what I did is I had a lot of house plants, and so I, you know, nurture them. They nurture me. I communicate with them sometimes, just little chit chat, like, oh, how are you doing today? Wow, there's some new leaves coming. And for me, I'm fortunate. I have a yard I can walk to. And springtime is my favorite time because every day, almost every moment, it looks different. The wild irises started to bloom. I found a wild rose bush in my garden. I've encountered baby snakes, hummingbirds, all kinds of things. And I've also realized that with the slowing down, now I have time to learn to gardening finally. And so I read books, and I'm really into this German method called Hygge culture. And basically they use scrap wood, like tree branches, and cut them up, and then just layer them into a mound, and maybe in a year's time, the natural organic material will decompose. So my husband and I have been taking all of the branches that fell down during the snowstorm, and we've been doing exactly that. But I have to wait a year, so I want to garden now. I want to get my hands dirty. There's a lot of microbes in the soil that's really healthy for us humans. And human health is so intricately connected with the health of other beings as well as the whole planet, right? So my husband surprised me on Mother's Day with a cedarwood raised garden. I'm going to actually turn this camera over so you can see it. Let me know if you see my garden. Like a little
Wow,
piece
that
of
looks
it.
beautiful.
Thank you. I am so happy. So that's one way for me to connect and deepen my nature connection is every plant that I plant. It's, you know, my relation is like part of my family. And so as I take care of them, they give me so much pleasure with all these colors and new growth. Yeah, so, you know, wherever you are in the world, you can think of a way to deepen that connection, whether with your house plants inside or your the different plant life outside. And even if you live in an apartment, maybe there's a window that you could look out to just be and observe.
Wow, you're so right, Jackie. Nature really is everywhere, right? In the sky, in the clouds, in the rain. So thank you so much for sharing that and just, yeah, talk about this topic. So on forest therapy walks, we always work with invitations. So I was wondering if maybe you want to share an invitation with everyone that is watching this video to maybe do at home.
Yeah, I would love to. One of my favorite invitations, and when we say invitation, it's just a suggestion. And so you tap into your own body wisdom to see how you want to adapt to that invitation. And so one of my favorite ones we call a sit spot. Basically, you just allow your body to find a space that you'll be comfortable to be for at least 20 minutes or so. And there's nothing to accomplish during those 20 minutes. You're just there. You're just present to everything that's happening around you. And you're just noticing. That's it. And I would like to add part 2 of the invitation. And perhaps after you do a sit spot, you could take out a journal and a pen. And with this following prompt, you just allow your pen to write nonstop for 5 minutes. And let's see, you know, what comes up, what shows up on your page. So the writing prompt is, sometimes when I sit quietly, I may notice ... and then just start writing without thinking too much. And after 5 minutes, you just put that away. And maybe sometime later you want to go read it or even edit it, that's fine. And you know what I would like more than anything else is that I could read some of your writings. So one way to get in touch with me is to go on my website, JackieKwang.com. I have my email address listed there. And if you could send me maybe just a paragraph, I would just love to stay in touch.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing your invitation, Jackie. I'm sure people will enjoy it a lot. And it sounds very simple, but I know that it is very effective as well. So, oh, wow, I'm very grateful for all the sharings and everything we learned about you and from you. So, thank you again for being on this first interview. And I would like to invite everyone that is watching to look out for the next videos I know you will be interviewing more guides, right?
Yes, I'm going to be interviewing a group of special friends that are also trainers with the company. And talking about ANFT, I also would like anybody watching this who gets curious about, you know, what is it like to be a guide, or maybe you want to be a guide or look into it at least, feel free to go on ANFT's website, and that is natureandforesttherapy.org. And I'm personally super excited about this new program we are rolling out in June. So stay tuned. Until then, bye. And thank you, Manuela.
Bye, Jackie.